Hi, Joe. I'm Tanya.
Hi
How are you
there.
doing?
Hi. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am good, thank you. So, you know that we are recording. I just want to make sure that you know we're recording this, so
Yeah,
that yes,
sure.
okay, got it,
That's absolutely fine.
perfect. And I understand that you want to quit drinking coffee. Is
Yes,
that
I would absolutely love that. I have no other addictions, but coffee is definitely one of my biggest ones. Well, the biggest one and the only one, I would say. So I would definitely like to cut down on coffee. I'm currently drinking about 4 cups a day.
yeah?
Uh, and I would like to reduce it down to one coffee. If possible, no coffee would be even great.
Okay,
But yes, at least one coffee a day would be great. Would be a
okay,
great outcome for me.
okay. And so tell me, why do you want to quit or reduce drinking coffee?
I think it makes me more stressed actually. I've noticed recently that I can see my heart rate going up. So it definitely is elevating every single time that I'm drinking coffee, which is not good news.
Yeah.
Um, and it doesn't really help me anymore. So it doesn't really have doesn't kick in and give me the energy that I'm looking for anyway. So
Mm,
I know it's unhealthy anyway, so why keep drinking something that doesn't bring the benefit
yeah.
or the energy? So I would like to cut it down and maybe replace it with healthier drinks, juice or water. Water would be great because I don't really drink that much water.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of replace water with coffee, which is the wrong thing to do. Needs to be the other way
Right.
around.
Right. Right. Yeah, especially since coffee is also diuretic and it takes water out of your body.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So dehydration. Got it. So it looks like and when do you remember when you started drinking coffee?
Oh gosh. I was probably like 16 or something, maybe earlier than that. And it would be like one coffee a day. Or probably when I would go out with friends, it was
Okay.
more regular. But I've been drinking coffee ever since I was teenager, so many years ago. And gradually I started increasing it. And for the last 2 years, especially 3 years, it has been going up. So it's been
Mhm.
going the wrong direction rather than staying stable or reducing it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been going for a long time.
Do you remember what coffee tasted like when you had like the first taste of coffee?
Um,
Did you like it?
no, not really. I think I didn't necessarily like it, to be honest. But I think it was more of a in a social context, bringing me together with my friends. And it was more. I remember maybe the environment around me and the friends around me and the how happy I was probably from the whole situation and where I was rather than from drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Although now that I'm thinking of it, it's probably helping to associate with a positive experience. It was definitely a positive experience, but I don't remember what it tasted like necessarily.
Yeah. I remember when I had my first cup of coffee. So I come from Finland, and Finland is has one of the highest per capita consumption of coffee. So everybody
All
drinks
right,
coffee. And
right.
of course, as a kid, before I was able to drink coffee, before my parents gave me any, I was like, oh my god, when I get to drinking coffee, it'll be awesome. I'll feel like an adult. It was like an experience of maturity when you got to have
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, yeah.
And for me, for example, personally, I remember I it was disgusting.
Oh, really? Oh, do you
Yes,
remember
when
that?
I first tried it, I was like, this is horrible. And
Well,
and at the same time, it was the association of growing up, and everybody was drinking it, so you felt like you belonged if you were drinking coffee. So it's like
exactly,
I kept
exactly.
on pushing myself to drink, not because of what it tasted like,
Absolutely.
but yeah.
Absolutely. I'm from Greece as well, and the coffee culture is so prominent in Greece as well. So we
Yeah.
will always just go out for a coffee, grab a coffee. Instead of going to a pub, you'll just go out for coffee. It's just what
Yeah.
we do. So it was
Yeah.
pretty much associating coffee with hanging out with friends or going out with your parents or just with anybody really, just meeting up with people, you have a coffee. So
Yeah,
it's more of a cultural thing rather than, drinking coffee because you like
yeah,
coffee necessarily.
exactly.
To be honest with you, I still to date drink coffee many times and I don't like the taste. And I'm like, why am I having it? But I
I
keep on having it. I keep on drinking it. And I don't know why. I really don't know. But I can't seem to stop it. Even though I don't enjoy the taste, I really don't.
Yeah, yeah,
So much keeping on having it.
yeah, yeah. So if you so we're gonna go through like this process. So if you look at, like, if you imagine you have these regular glasses on your head, you
Hmm.
see what you normally see, you feel what you normally feel,
Hmm.
and you sense what you normally sense. So if you look at a coffee cup, you think it's like this harmless keep a cup of coffee that you keep on drinking,
Right.
and that gives you energy and gives you social belonging, etc.
Sure.
And you can see the coffee beans gently roasting in the jungle,
Yes.
and you can see the coffee stored in containers where they stay fresh, etc. And then you open the can, and then it smells beautiful, etc.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to give you now is
Sounds dreamy.
I'm going to give you reality classes. And
Okay.
these reality classes, they let you see the things that you actually don't see.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Okay.
have you imagine, put the
Put the
reality
glasses.
glasses on.
Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to
And
visualize now.
yes, exactly. And you can close your eyes if you want to,
Okay. Yeah.
totally up to you. But
All right.
so these coffee beans, where they come from, so only about 3% of the global coffee is actually grown using organic methods. So
Mm-hmm.
97% of the coffee that we consume all over the world is laden with pesticides and chemicals. And these pesticides and chemicals not only end up on the coffee beans, but also on the workers who work at the coffee plantations and the roasting process, etc. And then when you drink this beautiful cup of coffee, these pesticides and chemicals end up in you.
Mm.
In the During the roasting process, um,
I've already discussed it. Okay.
during the roasting process, so you have these coffee beans, you have the pesticides and chemicals, and now
Mhm.
they're being um, roasted and burned. And this brings in two different new chemicals. So polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, that is a
Mhm.
carcinogen that is created when anything is roasted. So during the roasting process, when something is roasted at high temperatures, this chemical is created. And then acrylamine, which is a neurotoxin, and that can damage the nervous system function. And
Right.
for example, the acrylamine is the reason why every coffee shop in California, for example, has to have a warning that it's called the 65 Prop 65 warning, that warns the clients that if you when you enter the premises, you will be exposed to chemicals that can cause cancer, birth defects, and reproductive harm. So that's what you have in these beautiful beans. And then there's two molds in there too.
I don't want to
So,
close my eyes anymore.
okay, you can
I
keep them
really
open.
don't want to. Okay.
So
It's a
then, so
nightmare.
then during the growing process and the roasting process and the storing process of the coffee, there's two different molds that can also oftentimes develop in the coffee. One is aflatoxin, which is the most potent natural carcinogen. And that it's a mold that develops both before the coffee beans are harvested as well as during the processing stages. And that's linked to liver cancer and respiratory cancer. And then the last mold, the second mold that is also there, is ochratoxin A, which can lead to memory problems, brain fog, chronic fatigue syndrome, night sweats, dizziness, and long-term exposure can actually damage your DNA. So
Great.
there. So
Great.
you still have
A
your
great
reality
product.
glasses on. So this is so now imagine taking that beautiful container where you keep your coffee and open it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I want
Yeah.
you to take a deep breath and smell the mold. Smell the mold that is coming, because now you can smell it when you have your reality glasses on. And now you can smell the mold everywhere.
Right.
So now I want you to drink this coffee. So coffee contains many acids. And
Right.
so for example, if you drink coffee on an empty stomach, these acids that it creates in your stomach, they actually start eating your stomach lining. They create tiny little holes in your stomach lining, which over time can really lead to, and that's why a lot of people have problems with coffee, because it's so
Interesting.
acidic.
Oh, wow.
And so it eats away these tiny holes in your stomach, and then the caffeine gives you the heart palpitations and anxiety, which then make it hard to sleep. And when you don't sleep well enough, you wake up tired, and then you need more coffee in the morning to feel like you're awake again.
It
So
sounds exactly like me.
yeah, so it's like this toxic cycle that keeps on going, and more toxins go in your system every time you drink coffee.
Yeah.
So let's do a check. How does coffee feel to you now?
Not great at all. You're ruining it for me. Absolutely. I don't want to be close to it. Especially when you said, just smell the coffee now. Like, no, I don't want to smell the coffee now. Taste it. No, I don't want to. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great at all.
Okay. We're gonna do one more thing.
Okay.
So lastly, I want you still have your reality glasses on, so you see things that you normally wouldn't see, but that are actually happening. So we're gonna time warp what happens in your stomach by, I'm gonna have you put your finger in that cup of coffee. Okay. So that cup of coffee is in front of you. Put your finger in it.
Okay.
And we're gonna have time pass, and we're gonna have the coffee do to your finger what happens in your stomach. So it starts eating away the skin, and it slowly starts eating away the muscles.
Okay.
And it basically kind of like melts all the soft parts of your finger.
All right.
So if you now take your finger out of the coffee and you look at it, it's almost like a zombie finger, because it's like all of the meat has been eaten away.
Okay.
And you see these meat pieces of your finger floating in the coffee now.
Right.
So
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like,
I'm taking my hand out. I don't know if you realize that. I can't help more. Enough. Okay.
So I want you to keep on thinking about that next time you look at the coffee, and think about where it comes from, what's in it that you actually can't see. Think about the mold. Think about what it does to your stomach.
Okay.
And now think about, okay, so if you never had a cup of coffee again in your life, I think you'd be cool with that. And there's other ways. If you want to keep the caffeine, there's other ways to keep it. You can drink tea, which is so much better for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can replace it with water, whatever. But what do you think would be your replacement drink?
I think I may have like a cup of tea and maybe more water. Water would be better, actually. Not necessarily. I mean, I like tea, but I'm not a big tea person, so I can't have too much tea. But water, I think, would be great. So,
okay. Are you thinking green tea or black tea, or what's your?
I like green tea. Yeah, green tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite green tea? What flavor?
Have a nice one. With this green tea with lemon and ginger. So yeah,
ooh,
that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and green tea, just plain green tea.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine too. But
Yeah.
the one with lemon and ginger is real nice.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about, for example, Japanese people drink a lot of green tea, and they're one of the healthiest populations on the whole earth. So
that's true. That's very true.
So
but what you were saying about the stomach as well is really resonating with me, because I do have stomach aches from time to time, especially when I drink too much coffee,
Yeah.
and I didn't quite know why or where the pain originates from. And your explanation is just putting too much reality into it, but it's definitely resonating with me, and I can see that happening in the stomach lining, and that's why probably I have the stomach ache. So that explains it quite a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is not good if you think about it at all. So thanks
Yeah.
for ruining coffee for me. That's really appreciated.
Anytime. Anytime.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna have coffee again. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
don't even have to force myself thinking about it. I will have nightmares probably.
Well, good. Good. I like that because then it'll keep on reinforcing itself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
And it's
definitely.
like
Good, good.
you probably won't have the, oh my God, it would taste so good.
No,
Or,
exactly,
uh,
exactly. It's great. Thank you so much because it's been a goal of mine for a long period of time, and I haven't been able to achieve that. I've tried, but
yeah.
without having the information and without visualizing, yeah, it doesn't quite have the same impact. So
Yeah.
thanks for that.
Thank you. So I'll check back with you in about a week's time and see how it's going.
Okay, great. Sounds
And
good.
then we'll take it from there. And if you need some more reinforcement, I can tell you more stories.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.